Saturday. Now that takes me to the question.
Hello Nigeria, hello the very great people of Akwa Ibom State and our neighbors in Ibiakuran. Yes, it's Rise and Shine Saturday and it's a good day to be really excited because yay, thank God it's weekend. My name is Yanekan and trust me, I am super excited to be here this morning.
I just kind of understand exactly why you feel the way you're feeling right now, but it's okay. Good morning, Ibiakoran. Good morning, Akwa Ibom. Good morning, Akwa Cross Region. Good morning, Nigeria. It's a very beautiful day to be here. And of course, Rise and Shine Saturday is all about fun. It's all about ensuring that you can start the weekend on proper footing. It's all about making sure that by the time you wake up on Monday morning, you feel refreshed and you're like, oh my goodness, I have all the energy I need to kickstart the week and, of course, run it all the way through to Friday. So, welcome on board today's broadcast.
Yes, and for everyone who was too busy to catch up with all of the entertainment stories, everything happening in the space of entertainment, that's why we're here this morning. We're going to bring you up to speed with all of the entertainment gist and who said what, who did what. Can you imagine? Yes, that's why we're here this morning. And guess what? Who can see the difference in today's set? Guess what's different? If you've been following Rise and Shine, there's something that is different. Comment in the comment section. Tell me what the difference is that you have seen. But welcome aboard, Francis.
Well, I don't know why you had to go there, but the difference is something that you would notice. And if you notice, okay, what should be the price? What should be the price?
If someone notices, we're going to bring them on our show next week to have a chit chat with us.
Okay. All right.
It's a follower. Go to the social media handle and comment the difference that you see on today's set. And if you get it right, the first person, of course, the first person that gets it right, we'll have a chit chat with you on set next week. Yup.
And talking about Jace, man, a whole lot happened this week.
A lot
happened. Some were funny, some were hilarious, some were like a dream come true. Like finally, what we've been expecting, what we've been waiting for. The society is like, oh, that's the feeling. You get that feeling where you've been pursuing something for such a long time, and it seems like, you know, somehow going by the trends in the society, this might not just come out. It might come out the other way around, but eventually it just comes out the way everybody, you know, kind of expected and hoped it would. And yes, everybody just kind of say, yes, finally, this is done. But that is something you would have to wait for if you have not already gotten the gist.
Really? What do you mean? What were we talking about? Okay. First of all, introduction. Good news. Last week, there was a report that was brought that two veteran Nollywood actors, Cynthia Okereke and Clemson Connell, were kidnapped on their way back from a movie set in Enugu State. And at some point, they were in talks with the people who had kidnapped them, and they were asking for $1,000 in this 100,000 $100,000 in this Nigerian economy. Who they are. So, and of course, after a few days, thankfully, we thank God, the two veteran actors were finally released unhurt, and this information was brought to the public by the Secretary of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, Mona Lisa Chinda, and of course, the two veteran actors have been reconciled with their families, and we are really thankful for that.
Well, that happens to be one of the biggest stories that was trending all the while, and lots of persons talked about the fact that, you know, these actors and actresses should have been released long before now. And we were even wondering, why should he even go about abducting actors, people who are giving their life to making you laugh, making you feel happy, helping you out of the Nigerian happening to all of us situation, and you go ahead to make Nigeria happen to them again. I mean, it was a very sad scenario, and it generated a lot of reactions. But then we're thankful to God that they have been released and unhurt. In as much as they have been released and unhurt physically, well, one cannot tell the state of their emotional state because I mean, being in the captivity of persons you know nothing about, possibly the arms and the environment and all of that, would definitely leave a toll on them. And I mean, these are people who are way advanced in age and
Yes.
shouldn't be exposed to such things. But we're thankful that, you know, they're back and they're happy. And I love to appreciate the Actors Guild of Nigeria for the role they've played. I mean, they've
Yes.
consistently been in talks with the kidnappers, and then eventually, you know, this happened, and it's a commendable, it's a welcome development.
Good one there. We're very thankful. But of course, several conversations came on the heel of this. This kidnap brought, so many feelings and many emotions to bear. And we have, of course, he too is a veteran of some sort, actor Ugiezu. Of course, he came out and called out his colleagues who were very quick to post on the social media platforms about the kidnap of Chinyere and Clemson. At that point when it came out, everybody was talking about it. Different actors that we didn't even see in the limelight at some point, everybody was tweeting and posting on social media. But then actor Ogiezu came out to say that, okay, why didn't these same actors and actresses come out to post after they had been released? Right. You have the energy to post about their kidnap. People had the energy to post about their kidnap, but then did not, come out and post that they have been released. So he didn't find that funny. He didn't think it was a good thing. He didn't think it was a good cause. If you posted about their kidnap, their release should even make you more excited. So you should come out and post about it. Francis, what are your thoughts?
Well, okay, Zeke Pazzo has always been
Controversial
a very
Nollywood actor.
controversial Nollywood actor, but I love the fact that oftentimes he speaks the truth and he speaks from his heart.
Okay.
I mean, it's very crazy to see that people are very, very quick to post negative reactions. They're
Okay.
very quick to post bad news. It's like, it's like everybody around your cycle is literally waiting for something horrible to happen to you, and they want to be the first, like the first to break the news to the larger society. But fast track to when God changes the situation and something positive happens to you.
Not quick to bring
Nobody
the
wants to,
update.
bring that update to the society. It's like everybody wishes the next person bad, but not the good side. Remember, it's just like I think some time ago what Annie Dibia said, that anytime her husband Two-Face and even herself does something good, the media is not quick to
Quick to-
respond or react to them or make it go viral.
Yeah.
But let Two-Face impregnate another woman, and the whole universe will hear in the twinkle of an eye. And it is something that we really have to intentionally, as role models, as people a lot of persons look up to, especially in the entertainment industry, to look out for each other. If you're posting a bad news, yes, kidnap, you're bringing it to the public so that everybody will be aware. Public, the respective security agencies will do something about it, while the Actors Guild and the relevant guilds within the entertainment or the film industry will be doing their own part. You as an actress posting it will also, you never can tell where those kidnappers were, who might possibly see what is happening and then report to the police. So posting, making it go viral, very unique, very important. But then when the success of bringing these people back has also been achieved, it is very critical for every. If we had, for instance, 100 celebrities post the kidnapping, I would expect that all of the celebrities would post the freedom. That way, you let those people know that, okay, I'm not just concerned about, bad things happening to you. I was actually posting that because I wanted a way out for you to return to your family in safe hands, I mean, unhurt. And now that you've done that, or God has made it happen, one way or the other, I'm so excited that you're back with us. And we welcome you and we appreciate you. We thank God for you. So when you do not do that, it directly tells the next person, oh, these people just wish me bad. They don't wish me well. So they are waiting always for the next bad thing to happen to me to post. But when it is good news, they don't post. And that is something that we need to intentionally go about correcting.
Wow. Okay. Maybe I didn't take it that seriously, but
No, it's
now that
serious.
you are saying it, it actually makes me feel some way. So Ugwezu, I'm going to read his post. He said, "Reflection from the metaphysical garden. they saw the need of posting the bad news, but they have not seen the need of posting the good news. He said something in Igbo. Onye olu Igbo bendewu. Mona Lisa Chinda responded, "Unfortunate, their hearts is as dark as midnight, totally empty and begging for help.
Exactly.
God will always, not allow the desires of their heart to come to
Exactly.
pass."
No,
Wow.
I've had a first time experience of this kind of scenario. There was this model I was working with, and something beautiful happened around her life. And then even friends on my list, I had to go to their inbox and beg them to help me post. Sometimes when you go to a reality show or all of this stuff, and you are like trying to project the image of your person or the people in the in-house, people literally looked down. Nobody responded. Just a handful of very close friends, responded after consistent, hammering on them. But fast forward to when something horrible happened. My God, it was all of. Even me myself, I wasn't even. I had not even posted it. But persons who heard from somebody, different versions of the news was flying around the whole place, and I'm like,
So if
are these
you
not the
people know how
same
to post,
people who could not post to bring this person to limelight, but they're willing to post to bring the same person down?
wow. Well, Emeka Rolas, of course, he's the president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. He came out to say the release of the veteran actors is worth the sleepless nights, and he was thanking everyone who supported and prayed with them in the trying period. Of course, thankfully, the families, the abducted veteran actors are now with their families. So that's a good one, man. The way people just put it, it just had my heart in a different place. Okay, so I think
But seriously,
okay.
seriously, with all amount of humility, people in the media space, people in the entertainment industry, singers, actors, actresses,
Yeah.
producers, directors, everybody who one way or the other finds his or herself in the spotlight should be intentional about his or her actions. Because we are the ones propagating the way the larger society react to things. And if we who are role models, where people look up to, are putting out the wrong image, the wrong reaction to things, naturally that is what people are going to pick.
Yeah.
And then there is another trend to this, the insecurity situation in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, where have we headed in Nigeria?
Nigeria, which way?
So where are we headed? Consistently, I mean, sometimes I just sit down and I ask myself, I saw a video last night of a certain shootout, something that is almost like the SWAT scenario. I think I watched that movie very long time ago where you had SWAT and the criminals having a shootout for almost 45 minutes stretch without not stop shooting. And I saw that play out in a video, and somebody tagged it from somewhere in Abuja between the military and bandits. And I'm like, in the Federal Capital Territory, you're having bandits have the boldness to come out and engage military personnel in a gunfight. Where are we headed in Nigeria? What has happened to the Nigerian military that we used to know before now? What has happened to the Nigerian Air Force? What has happened to all of the security apparatus that we have in this country? That common bandits, common terrorists, I call them common because they are common. Because if you compare the military might of the Nigerian society, you compare all of the armed forces, the terrorists are like minute, small piece of ants that can be squashed within an instant. But why are we not seeing that being done?
Well, I believe it's a question of willpower. It's the question of willpower. Whatever the interferences are in between that is making the security force of Nigeria not give us the kind of result that we know they are capable of giving, then that's a question they have to answer. Because if the same forces are sent to other African nations and they bring peace, they bring order to the insecurity that those nations are facing, it means that they are capable of doing more in their home country. But for whatever reason why we do not experience this as a country, we will soon know why, and we hope that things will turn out differently in a couple of months and in a couple of years. And
Please, I wouldn't want the years. Let it be a couple of months. Because
hopefully in a couple
even
of
here,
months.
I think there is literally no day in Akwa Ibom State that I don't get reports of pirates attacking people across the waterways, in Udwan, Oron, and all Calabar axes, the waterways surrounding that area. There is literally no week you won't get a report of pirate attacks. Literally no week is passing by. And then you get to ask the question, what are the Nigerian police doing? What are the police, the water police
They
doing?
are on
What is
top
the
of the
Navy
issue.
doing?
They're
On top of the
yes, they
issue,
are on
and
top of the
people are
issue.
consistently being robbed of their hard-earned money. People are consistently being killed. People are consistently being kidnapped.
They're on top of the issue. I mean, there's been a lot of press statements in the past week. Chief of Defense Staff has come out to say, I mean, they are developing new strategies on how to handle the issues with regards to the security. I mean, look at Abuja, looks like a place that everyone needs to look, over the shoulder to ensure they are safe. But he says they are developing new strategies. So I believe they're on top of the issue, and pretty soon the story will change.
Well, today I'd like to join your hope and hope that this story
Yes,
will
we need to be
change.
people that can hope for a better country. This country is going to be
Seriously.
better. Yeah.
But we have to, seriously be objective as well.
Of course.
While we are hoping, it is very important that we don't just issue statements, because we've seen, reactions when the Minister of Defense made those statements. There were reaction from the Nigerian society. We've been hearing this different strategies upon strategies, yet we are not seeing the results.
These strategies are about to work.
Amen.
Yeah. Just on the side, speaking of, the effect of insecurity on people and there's been a recent spate in how much people are getting kidnapped. I think I was just on social media yesterday, and I found a familiar person in my local church who her in-law is currently missing, and they're looking for the person, but all those kinds of things. But then in the case of Clemson and Chinyere, the chairman of the Actors Guild of Nigeria has come out to say that they're actually undergoing clinical and psychological evaluation to make sure that they're not just returned to their family, but returned to them in a state of health that can make them to reintegrate with society. And the families, like you said, no one knows what their experiences were like. But at this point, we'll also move forward in this story, still, within the coffers of Nollywood, in the period where the kidnap happened. Hilda Dokubo, who is a veteran actor in the industry, had come out to say that some of the problems that entertainers are facing is that they have an over-bloated idea of who these people are, an over-bloated idea of how much they earn, an over-bloated idea of what their net worth is, because sometimes you come to the social media and you Google a person's name, say Hilda Dokubo, for instance, and you see born in so year, comes from here. Some people have never been married, but you hear that they're married with 4 children, and then you see their net worth. They have between $1,000 to $3,000, and sometimes these people read these things and they're like, sometimes they can't even afford some things they would want in their lives. So Hilda Dokubo had come out to say that one of the primary reasons why entertainers might be in the face of insecurity, maybe you say kidnap and all those other issues, is as a result of over-bloated ideologies about who they are and what they do. And she also blamed it on certain entertainers who come out to post and give certain how I call it, they paint their lives in a certain kind of way on social media.
Well, for that one, I would say Hilda is very, very right. See, over time, I think it was still Ikpeazu who made that statement some time ago.
Okay.
When a certain fan approached him and asked him why he should still be using his phone that has been more than a year. He was lost spotted with the phone. And then he reacted to it and asked, why shouldn't I use my phone? It's serving me well, nothing is wrong with the phone, and then you expect I should change it and get another phone. So the entertainment industry is one industry that people have not been able to, or a lot of entertainers have not been able to have that divide, or literally leave that divide between reality and being on set. These are two different worlds. On set, all of those lifestyle, the lavish lifestyle, the wealthy lifestyle can be you. That's you playing a role. But in real life, is your net worth exactly like the role you've played in movies? And if it is not, why do you now see the need to bring your role into the real life
Yeah.
and then keep acting through as if you're who you are not.
Pressurizing yourself.
So that comes from a whole lot of mindset from, okay, for, close allies or colleagues in the industry, wanting to feel among, wanting to feel like the big boy, wanting to be
Make
the
a
happening
statement.
girl, wanting to always make that statement, hanging out in Dubai, the Bahamas, and all of those things, when in reality, you cannot actually afford it. I recall a celebrity actually coming out to say that living in Ikoyi or living in Ajah, living in the islands, living in Banana Islands, living in Lekki has been like one of the most draining experiences, because the cost of living there is not something that you can conveniently, part with without necessarily going through extra pressure to raise the funds.
Yeah.
But then I asked the question, why do you see the need to leave other parts of Lagos that is equally convenient, it is peaceful, it is safe, it is secure, and presentable to live in? Because you feel, oh, if I'm not in Lekki, then I will not be thought to be a celebrity. And that's one of the things that makes me respect Ike. I recall the moment where he said he was living on the island and then had to go to mainland, and then he was looking for somebody to take him there. Because he had to sit down and compare the cost of living in Lekki and the cost of being in this other side is completely different.
Money that you could use and do
And
other
do a lot of
things.
other things.
Sometimes I hear conversations about how the females are pressurized not to repeat same shoes, not to repeat same clothes, because sometimes when you do that and put the pictures on social media, I don't know why you even have to put all the pictures on social media, but I mean, sometimes they say it's good for the market, you stay in the face of your audience, but then people come into their comment section and are trolling them. Is this not the same shoe you wore with so clothes to so occasion? I think it's just unnecessary. And some of these netizens who do these things, they can't even afford these things for themselves. They come to social media because of 200 naira MB that they subscribed, and then they are making life difficult for another person who presents their life to be made difficult. I just feel like people should be able to live within their means. Know what your budget is, know what you earn and live within it. What's the use of going to borrow, and sometimes they come out to troll you for you haven't paid for the last clothes or the last shoes you bought or this wig. No, it's just unnecessary. And so I'll just read out Hilda Jacobo's statement. Nollywood sometimes, and now this is something that Nollywood has been facing in a couple of months. So she said Nollywood is about moving from one level of begging for arms to save an ill or dying colleague to now facing the worst or fears over their colleagues. God knows what is in what's happened to them in the hands of these kidnappers. Where will we turn to if the public is using where will we turn if not the public using our social media platforms? Now, this is the statement she made. Unfortunately, they misjudged the financial status of the actors, and to think that it's as the movies is okay. Yeah, this is what you just said. To think that the lives you see them in the movies is how their lives are in real life is just funny. Where will we get 100,000 US dollars from? And she blamed it on the fact that she now said I know some actors paint the wrong picture on social media all the time, but it is only in line with the show part of showbiz. Hopefully, you understand what I mean. I mean, it's show business. It's show business. It's showbiz. But do not allow the show to override the business, because when you're carrying the money that could be your capital for something else and doing only show, will you not be tired and broke very soon? And on the heel of that, and I think Alibaba's own just crowned it all. Alibaba was angry. He just couldn't take it. Alibaba lashed out very, very vehemently on his colleagues in the entertainment industry, females, males alike. And I think something that Francis just said bothers on the line. On the average, how many movies do you act in a year? and how much are you paid to act these movies? That sometimes you come out to social media and you give a false picture of how much you're earning. For instance, we had a movie producer here last week who talked about the difficulty in raising funds for some of their projects, and she even mentioned the fact that sometimes you see that producers go as low as taking 200,000 naira to produce an entire movie. If someone takes 200,000 naira to produce an entire movie, how much do you think that the cast and crew is being paid out of a budget of 200,000 naira? And even when the budget runs into millions, how much are you paid? And then Ali Baba is saying you come out and you buy a house of 45 million. You better tell us all the other things that you're doing that gives you 45 million naira. So I think we'll just give sound to his visual.
You're an actress. How many movies have you done that gave you 45 million to buy a house? You that just joined the industry. The people that have been in the industry since did not buy. So then the people who are struggling, and okay, let me go here. I said I may be tempted to mention names, but I will not. We went to Dubai one time, and while we were waiting, I see this actress comes in, and then I seen the protocol officers of a particular person. I greeted them, they greeted me and everything, and then the person came and said, here's your key, and then gave her the key, gave her that one. Then she went upstairs. Then maybe like 2 days later, I see her posting, lounging in Dubai. Lounging. Can you buy your tickets? The ones that do business and make money, we know them. Come here and be putting girls on high jump. Girls are not thinking that. So when you see some of them run to Oba to go and get their own share, you are not saying, what are they? Where are they? Even if you act in every movie and they pay you 5 million, 5 million, 5 million, how many movies do you do in a year? See, let me just say this. We know the ones that use their mileage. I mean, like, use their publicity, their popularity, and do business. But that is different. Those ones do other businesses. Those ones are selling clothes, selling anything. They travel and buy anything they want to buy, come here and sell. They have businesses that they run on the side. They sell oil, they sell all those things. They sell hair. If you know how much hair is, you will know that some of them can afford that. But the ones that you know, you can't even act in an English movie. It has to be that kind of movie. You now come and tell me that you raise 125 million to buy one house in Lekki Phase 1, and then when they are talking about other people, you now be putting mouth. Oh, what is wrong with this man? He can't keep his this thing inside his.
These are serious issues.
But seriously, you know, the problem with the entertainment industry is something that I had a first-time experience with lawyers and doctors. Now, there is this mindset that once someone is a lawyer or a doctor, that person is naturally a rich person.
Wow.
Now, persons don't also get to understand that being a doctor does not automatically mean you're rich. There are classes of doctors. There are levels to being a doctor. You cannot compare a doctor who has been a consultant for years. You cannot compare a doctor who has been a pediatrician for years, an optometrist for years, to a young doctor who is just starting his or her life and career. You cannot even compare a doctor who is involved in private practice with that one that is employed by government. Same thing for lawyers. So when you generally just feel that everybody who is in a particular profession is rich, you create an unnecessary pressure. And the funny part of it is that the individuals within this profession
try to live
also
up to
try
that.
to live up to that expectation. And that puts the pressure on them that nobody is going to know about except they themselves and possibly a few persons who are around them and are very intentional about knowing what is really happening around them.
Yeah.
So it is very important I mean, going back to the line of thoughts before we had to go to that video, what Alibaba is saying is very true. It's like the media space. People see you sitting on the TV, they hear you on radio, and they automatically, conclude that, oh, this guy,
every
this girl,
every time your voice goes on air, money is dropping.
money is dropping in dollars. And so they come into your inbox and like, bros, I need 300,000. And you're like, what? They say, come on now, this is small chicken change now. I really need this help. And you're like, bro, honestly, I don't have that money. And even if I have, I cannot afford to dash that out. Because guess what? There are two questions. How am I going to get it back? Will I really be able to get it back from you? And if I cannot get it back, and then you are my friend.
Is it money I can forfeit?
Yes, is it money I can let go so that our relationship can keep going? So all of those things are very important for us to look. And then, there have been reports and allegations, especially as concerns the female celebrities, the actors, that they do a whole lot of other bizarre things to make money just to, stay ahead of the game. But when they come on social media, nobody is talking about, I'm doing XYZ plus acting to raise so and so money. Everybody's making it feel like, oh, I have raised all the money I have, 100 billion house in Banana Island, one in Dubai, and I'm doing vacations on a daily basis. All of this coming from my money from the acting industry. Nobody's talking about the fact that, okay, apart from acting, I'm also involved in business. Nobody's talking about the fact that outside from business and acting, I've got XYZ endorsement deals.
Yeah.
So if you're coming to post, for instance, it is very important that you let your teaming fans know that, okay, I am Francis Oyima, for instance. I am an actor, I'm a singer, and aside from my music hustles, aside from being a TV personality, I have XYZ businesses that gets me XYZ, and that is why I am able to afford this kind of lifestyle. So if you're trying to look up to me, I remember seeing a post yesterday that actually got me very emotional from MC Makara. Okay. And he said, to all the up and coming artists who are always on my inbox asking me for help to blow, I need you to understand one thing. The MC Makara you are seeing today is a work of 15 hard years. It is not something that just happened overnight. So you're coming into my inbox and you're telling me you want to blow, you want to buy the kind of cars I'm driving, you want to be able to buy your mother a car because you saw me buy my father a car, you want to be able to afford the different lifestyle that I have going for me. But you're forgetting one very important fact, that I did not just become MC Makara today. It started 15 years ago and it took 15 whole years for me to get to where I am. So if you're coming into my inbox with the mindset of, oh, MC Makara, make me blow. 6 months, you go buy moto, you go hammer. Then you are very wrong about it.
What's that thing? BBN or what? That's fund where people put 5 naira and take.
Ponzi schemes?
Ponzi schemes, yeah.
So it is not. But it is very important that, I mean, and MC Makara is somebody I followed way back from his days at Unical when he did entertainment and all of the comedy stuff. And then over the years, that has eventually paid off. But the young generation, my generation, don't want to put in the hard work that is required for you to even grace excellence, get to the point where that excellence actually gets to pay you.
The pressure to blow is just something else. It's overwhelming, and I think social media is contributing to it. And it's part of the reasons why you see even small children, young people who are supposed to be like in school, discovering themselves. A lot of people have not even discovered themselves, but they want to handle wealth. It doesn't actually work like that. I mean, the universe has a cause before it even gives you certain things. People haven't discovered themselves.